Tyler struggling out there to start the game. What was it, from your perspective, what do you think was up with him mechanically?
If it was anything mechanically, we just didn't have a good feel. We came out good the first couple of hitters. We're like, hey, we're in business. Ty's throwing the ball well, and then just kind of lost it. And 3 walks later, and it's not the double that hits the bag. It's the 3 walks prior to that is frustrating. It's not the grand slam. It's the 3 walks prior to the grand slam that's frustrating. So, those are things that, as a veteran guy, Tyler knows that, and I just try to give him the benefit of the doubt that he's, going to work through it and figure it out. But we can't start off a game chasing 7, after two innings. The miscues, the walks, and the not covering first base, those are inexcusable. If you take those away, we played a pretty decent game other than those. But that's just way too many miscues early on to overcome.
What do you do to ensure that those kind of miscues don't get repeated?
Do the old Little League thing, just throw strikes, but that doesn't work. We have to locate and have better fastball command. And I'm gonna talk to Tyler probably tomorrow and give him a day to recover from this. But just see it, the feel is not there with the fastball. We gotta make some adjustments, man, because he's a good arm that we can use when he's in the zone. But right now, that's anybody that knows Tyler prior to the injury, he was not a guy prone to walking people. That's the last thing that comes off of after an injury is the feel, and we thought we were in a pretty good spot, but every once in a while he just kind of loses it right there. So I'm hoping he can figure out the feel and location of the fastball, because that's without that he's going to have a hard time being successful.
What's the biggest takeaway from this entire weekend for you?
The biggest takeaway for me is obviously you don't like to leave here winless. And trying to spin the positive on it is, hey man, we didn't play our very best. We didn't play anywhere close to our best baseball down here, and we were, in these games. We held a very good offensive A&M team to 12 hits over 2 games. We played. We came back on a good TCU team last night, but we got to learn how to win. We got to learn how to win those tough games late, and with a young team, with a young pitching staff, the experience that they got from this is invaluable. But we got to figure out ways to win these games. It's unacceptable the way that we're losing these games.
Talk about Ethan Mendoza this weekend. All 3 days, consistent quality at bats. What's been his approach?
Ethan, we all knew Ethan could hit. It's just a matter of him getting comfortable and finding his rhythm and timing, and he's found it. He was a big bright spot this weekend for us from the offensive standpoint. He can swing the stick, so we're happy to have him in the lineup.
Could you give an explanation on the 2 interference calls that didn't go your way?
There's a few more than that didn't go our way. I'm dumbfounded. I don't like to accuse things, but I'm speechless on the foul ball down here that landed on the turf. The interference call that didn't get called when our guy tries to throw it on the second, but yet their guy run, it cost us a run, and we get it called on us. Ours is probably a little more obvious, but on the same token, you just ask for consistency, and there were a lot of balls and strikes didn't go our way. Whether or not our guys are arguing about nothing, I'm not sure. I'll go back and look, but there were some things that had me scratching my head today.
You talked about last week wanting to be able to stretch Cole out to a couple innings. That's what he did today. Just kind of your thoughts on his performance and how he's progressed.
Well, again, trying to look at the positives. Down 9 early, or 9 or 10 runs early. 9 runs early, we were okay. Well, this is an opportunity to. We don't have to wait to get Cole in the game until a closing situation. We just let's get him out there and stretch him out, and he answered the call through I think 2 1/3 innings there, and threw the ball really well. So was pleased with that. You know, and actually the bullpen threw the ball outstanding today for the most part. You know, and then that part of it, hopefully we can shape and start putting that all together in one game, get a good start and have the good bullpen come in and, you know, put these guys in the right situations and have them be successful. But again, those are the takeaways from the weekend. Played against some good teams, that your weaknesses are going to get exposed. And we found that we have some weaknesses, but on the other hand, we got a shot. If we can shore these things up, we aren't as far away as we think. So don't like going 0-3. That stings, especially when you had the opportunity to win, especially last night. But the experience of this was great for these guys, and hopefully it'll pay dividends in the long run.
How do you kind of move forward with this, with the start of conference play next week, and even with a midweek this week as well?
Well, we gotta go try to take care of business against UTA. That's the next hurdle that we have, and lick our wounds, recover from this one, and try to get on and get back to a winning way against UTA. And then we go home and we got a tough weekend against Oregon. Our conference schedule starts off pretty tough. So again, but the good part of it is we played against a couple of really good teams down here and understand, you know, what we have to clean up before conference. So you know, you don't get that by playing lesser teams. So that was, again, part of the reason why we wanted a tough schedule early on, to figure out where we're at. Obviously, we aren't where we need to be, so we have to clean things up before conference.
Thanks, Willie.